Breaking news, breaking news, breaking freaking news. What's going on, faithful man? We are back again. We promised you guys we were going to be on top of this. It's happening. It's confirmed. And now we're going to break the news, guys. I'm the guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. I got my man Nick here, 49er Faithful 365, and 49ers Breezy Wayne is back, man. Guys, we got some breaking news. You already know the deal. I'm not going to go through all the formalities, guys, the website and all that stuff. You guys see it all the time, man. We're just going to talk about this real quick, guys. DeForest Buckner traded to the Indianapolis Colts, and he gets a massive deal, making him the second highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history, only behind Aaron
Donald. Yeah, man. I tell you what, man. I know if there's not one person more happier than this trade, it's got to be Mike. It's got to be 49ers Mike, right? Because 49ers Mike has took a crap on DeForest Buckner this past season. He said that he had declined in his numbers and his stats. His sacks was less and whatever. But you know what, Mike? After signing Armstead, I knew the money had to free up somewhere. I knew we had to make a move. I don't think it made sense that we were going to be able to keep both of these guys, especially if Armstead gives you a little bit more, right? You could play in and play inside, right? So I think this was a good move. We move up in the draft pick. Now we got the 13th and the 31st. How cool is that? 1-3 and 3-1. So I think this is something that we do because there's some guys we can go get. You know, there's receivers out there, there's DBs, and I personally love this breaking news. I think this is something I was looking for. I definitely thought we were trading for a wide receiver. The rumors are still out there. There's Diggs. I heard he's going to Seattle, and there's still OBJ out there. So who knows what's going to happen? But I said, Mike, that stuff was going to go down. I said there was going to be a trade about 4 hours ago, and there's a trade. Nick, what up? I miss you, brother.
What up? What up? Yo, I am not surprised by this trade at all. I'm not. You've heard Mike talk about, the production that DeForest Buckner's given us. Everybody today, the first thing they did was attack Arik Armstead. We paid this guy for one big year. Well, DeForest Buckner's only had one big year too. If you want to go back to stat lines and stuff like that. Obviously, he had a little bit more than Arik Armstead did. But there was no way in hell we were paying this guy $21 million a year. No way in hell. And we got a 13th overall pick, which is a great spot to pick. It's right outside the top 10. You have a little leverage to move up or move down and acquire more picks with that pick. You have the ability to trade the 31st pick now in the first round and grab, a second or a third round pick as well. So you have a little bit of draft capital now to emphasize on. And look, man, one of these guys we're gonna go. And they made the decision to stay with Arik Armstead, who plays inside and outside more. And overall, this year, I mean, he showed you can go and break it down. Arik Armstead has shown better against double teams and single coverage than DeForest Buckner has in the last 2 years. So I think this is a great move, to be honest with you. I love DeForest Buckner, don't get me wrong, but getting a 13th overall pick back and him getting overpaid for $21 million a year in Indianapolis, I'll take it.
Not only that, Nick, people are going to not talk about this, but the salary cap relief we immediately got from moving on from him. We get a lot. His entire contract. Go ahead. What's up, Breeze?
I just want you to explain this to me because I'm lost now. So you mentioned cap.
He's got. Yeah, no, it's cool. He had the. Remember they redid it where it went down to $14 million.
Oh yeah,
his cap hit because it was a 5th-year option.
Oh, so right.
That was all against the salary cap. So now that money is boom right back in the salary cap. It's not on the books anymore. By the way, guys, we got the ticker. Buckner spelled wrong in the ticker. There's no N, but yeah. So it's all good. But no, man, look, I want to be clear here. I have liked DeForest Buckner as a defensive tackle. I want to make that clear. I never disliked the guy. I just always felt the Niners had him overrated. Niner fans had him overrated. I never disliked the guy, never had a negative thing to say about him. I just didn't think that we viewed him properly. And if a team is willing to give you a first-round pick for him, and you know for a fact that you can't extend him, then you do what you have to do to get that first-round pick. And the Niners, people are going to say, oh, well, what about what? The double teams? There's going to be other people who get double teamed on this defensive line, I promise you. And if they're getting double teamed, they're getting stalemated, then what's the loss? You get what I'm saying? And it's not a knock against Buckner. His presence is going to be missed. This is going to be the first time that him and Buckner and Armstead aren't on the same team in the pros. You know, those guys have played together for the last 8 years. This is going to be big for them, you know? But Buckner was a great player here with the 49ers, definitely a fan favorite. And he will be missed. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a learning curve. Whoever comes in at that other defensive tackle position, you have got some big shoes to fill. So let's not make any mistakes about that. We are losing a top 15 defensive tackle for sure.
I agree. I think Ronald Blair is getting re-signed. I think the 49ers have some pieces that they're happy about in the camp. Go ahead, Nick.
That took us to what, 22 plus million?
I don't know. I'm not even going to try to pretend. I don't know the numbers on Armstead. We were at 9.9.
David Lombardi just tweeted out it was 12.4 million salary cap hit for the 49ers on the books. Now we have about 22.3 million in cap space and 2 first-round picks.
49ers. John Lynch is a genius, baby. Let's go! Let's go!
Look, the biggest thing that I'm not so upset about this move for is because if you would have let Buckner go one more year, he got 21 million from this year. Somebody would have paid him that. We weren't going to pay him. We got something back in a draft where we barely have any picks.
Yeah, we got a first round pick, Nick.
Right,
a first round pick.
The 13th overall pick back makes this trade well worth it for me, along with dropping the 12.4 million off the books and allowing us to do more in free agency to bring some other key players back. To me, that's a win for us, man. We were not going to pay this guy $21 million a year. There's no way in hell we were going to be able to.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you guys. I know it's the breaking news and we're supposed to be talking about Buckner solely. So I see Lycan's comment. I don't personally want to get into that. I don't know if you guys want to respond to that, but with this thing, this changes a lot for the 49ers. It changes the way the three of us, and Tony included, how we're going to do these shows now. We went from looking at prospects only in the second round to now considering the Niners have the power to move up if they want. They can move down. The odds are between these two picks, the Niners are trading down once. We're picking somebody in the first round, and we're picking somebody in the second round, and probably somebody in the third. It changes everything. This one move changes everything from the cap space to the draft now and everything in between. This could even affect free agency now.
So his trade gave us an extra $10 million.
12.4.
I was close.
Yeah. No, that was what his 5th round option was valued at when they changed it from defensive end. I'm sorry. Remember, I said 14 million. I apologize. It was 14 million when it was defensive end,
and then it went down to 12 million.
Right.
Oh, I get it now.
Now that money is off the books, and the Niners have that. Y'all don't think Armstead got busy because Buckner had all the focus in such a previous biggie? Look, I have no way of proving that because I just don't know. Buckner got busy the year before without Ford, without Bosa, and you're gonna, it's a lot of ifs and buts and coconuts. But all I know is this, man: the Niners are making moves. The Niners have done. They extended a guy for 5 years, and this year it really didn't cost them anything. They just did a 5-year extension for free and got a first-round pick out of it. It didn't hurt the draft books, the salary cap at all. So it's gonna be something to see. And again, I'm not discrediting DeForest Buckner at all. I don't want anybody to think that we here are saying we're not going to miss him. His presence won't be felt or his absence won't be noticed. That's not what we're saying at all. He is a good player. Make no mistakes about it.
Hands down. I was just joking with you, Mike. You know how we get down, bro.
No, but people really think I hate this dude.
No. He doesn't hate the dude.
Somebody on Twitter was just coming at me like, you just saying that because you hate. I don't hate him. I'm just, I call it like I see. I just always felt the 49er faithful had him overrated. That's all.
And that's the thing. That's like I'm saying. Like that's the reason that I'm okay. The reason I'm okay with it is because yes, we're gonna lose talent on this line, right? But we were gonna lose that talent eventually anyway. There's no way we were gonna pay this guy that much. Keep Kittle around too. Kittle's due for a bigger contract. I'd rather pay Kittle than DeForest Buckner. We've already had this talk on this show numerous times, right? So getting rid of him now in a draft where we don't have very many picks, and now acquiring the 13th overall pick with a lineup with receivers and other types of talent that is out there on a lower contract, this team got younger, and they may not be better right at this moment, but the years coming, you have the possibility of being better and being able to continue to add to your depth that you have on this team to make it better. It's a sucky move because I know a lot of Niners fans love Buckner, right? But you have to look at this move as a business perspective and going forward. The Niners got the 13th overall pick now. We have 2 first-round picks. Like Mike just stated earlier, we can move up, we can move down, we can trade out, we can get those picks back, right? We can pick a 13th and trade the 31st pick and get a 2nd and 3rd round pick back. Now we're right back in this draft to add to us to help with the cap space because you're not having to pay all that money. And then now you're not going into next season saying, how are we paying Kittle? How are we paying this guy? How are we paying this guy? Now you don't have that. You're going to pay Kittle. You're going to get it over with. Kittle's going to be a Niner forever, hopefully. And then you're not just letting him walk out the door. You got something back for him in a year that we needed picks and we needed to dump some cap space. We got things back for him. Now, if we trade him for a 2nd or a 3rd, I'd be a little ticked off, but we got a 1st. We got a 13th. And that's a really good trade in my eyes.
I got a couple of options, and I'll save it later for the next show. But just really quickly, I want to throw this out there. With this trade just not only did it free up the cap space, like you guys mentioned earlier, where we got an extra $12 million added back. That means we can sign another free agent possibly. There's guys out there, right? There's Amari Cooper. I know nobody wants him. There's who I would go after? You know who I would go after? And you could both slap me in the face and call me stupid. Go get me Byron Jones. Why? Because now I'm going to lock up the left side. I'm going to lock up the right side. I got Mosley, who can obviously is going to be the precedent cornerback once Richard Sherman is done, right? Now, Nick just stated everything that the 49ers are doing. They are building a formula to continue to keep repeating over and over again. They're going to build this formula where they're going to keep plugging and play. When I said go ahead and sign Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch to lifetime contracts, this is why. They brought this team to the Super Bowl. Well, how are we going to do it again, Nick? How are we going to do it again, Mike? I tell you what, we're going to have to make some tough choices. But I guarantee you in the future, it's going to pan out. We have to trust what's going down. I'm going to miss Buckner. I'm going to miss see if I can get it on camera, the shovel, the sacks. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to miss that. Good thing he ain't in the NFC West. We ain't got to see it. So here's what I think. Very quickly, then, Mike, you got the floor. Listen, I think the 49ers is going to trade the 13th pick. And here's why. I think they trade the 13th pick to them hungry quarterback team that want Tua. What's your name? Stock just went up, kid from Oregon, right? Cats want this guy, right? I think the 49ers are going to trade that pick. They're possibly going to get another late pick in the 2nd round and a late pick in the 1st round and a 2nd round pick for those teams that got multiple picks. I think the 49ers are going to be able to get exactly and address exactly what they need to address in the draft going forward. You will see a big-time receiver coming to the 49ers from the draft as well as a DB. Don't know if it's a safety or cornerback. So I just wanted to address that. We'll save it down when we do our draft shows. But right now, this is free agency frenzy, baby. Let's go. Woo! I'm in for a motherfucking trade. Let's go.
I love it, man. I love it. Guys, again, this is the breaking news. DeForest Buckner officially traded to the Indianapolis Colts for a 13th overall pick in the 1st round of the 2020 draft. DeForest Buckner gets a contract where he averages $21 million a year, bro. He got paid. And here's the thing, man. The Niners knew they weren't going to be able to pay all these guys, like Nick said. You got Buckner, you got Bosa, you had Armstead that you just extended, you got Ford last year. They knew they weren't going to be able to keep this line together, right? No, there's 2 options there. We can go ahead and have him play on his 5th-year option, all cap hit, and then we can get the comp pick. That's going to be a 3rd round tops, right? Because that's where compensatory picks start in the 3rd round. So we could have played with Buckner this year and got a 3rd round pick next year when he left, or you can trade him now, get the cap relief,
and get a 1st round pick.
Get a 1st round pick. And I do agree with you, Breezy. I know this isn't the episode for it, but I do think that we end up trading backwards because the rookie wage scale, doesn't it change the cost once you get past like 15 or 16? Like once you get to the back half of the 1st round,
it goes down.
The brackets change, right? It's based off of like if you're a top 10 pick and your position and all that stuff or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to look it up and find out exactly how the wage scale is structured, but I'm pretty sure the further down you are in the 1st round, the cheaper that position becomes. So it's definitely something that we're going to look at, guys. Again, I got nothing else to say. I can't wait to get on here and do a show with you guys tonight. I'm going to be watching Twitter. I'm going to be watching Facebook. I'm going to be watching all this to get the fans' reactions, man. We might have to open the phones tonight, fellas.
Yeah, man, that's fine, man. We've been waiting since Super Bowl, man, to talk to these people, man. I think I think it's all good to do a fan reaction show. I am so for it. I'm about to go trade. I'm about to go make some trades in Madden. I'm amped. Yes, Nick.
Plus, this trade just opens up more opportunities for DJ Jones, bro.
Yes.
These are the and the inside, Nick. God damn.
This just opens up more for DJ Jones, man. Like I said, man, I'm completely okay with this trade, man. If it wasn't a 1st, I'd probably be a little upset, but getting that 13th overall pick makes the trade well worth it for me, knowing that we would have lost him next year for, a 3rd comp pick, and then that's if we couldn't even sign him, right? So why just prolong the inevitable and just do it now? You get a 1st round pick back, get it. To me, look, it hurts because everybody loves Buckner. But if you look at this for long term, this makes a lot of sense for both teams. The Indianapolis Colts had the money to spend. They paid Buckner. He got paid. It's a win for him. The Niners got a 1st round pick back in a hurting draft year where they had no picks, and give them $12.4 more million on cap space this year to be able to make moves and be able to still have the luxury of trading that 31st pick and jumping and getting a 2nd and 3rd round pick to put us right back in the books to be able to just continue to compete. So I like it, man. There's a lot of guys there, man. A lot of guys. I can't wait to dig into this.
Yeah, plus Buckner is moving from California to Indy. The tax bracket is so different that he just made even more. All right, man. Don't feel bad for DeForest Buckner, folks. That's all I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to miss.
It's always bad when a player has to physically move and all that stuff, but no one died. He can still stay in contact with his friends and family and all that stuff, and he got the money he deserves. We all loved him. We all revered him, right? We all respected this man. He got the money. I think it's a lot of money, but it's the market. If you're going to get a guy that you believe is top 10, and he's the next contract up, they usually go right to the top. So that's what it is, guys. That's going to do it for us here on the breaking news. Make sure you guys are locked in. Make sure you guys have those notifications turned on. Make sure you guys tune in later tonight. Definitely bringing you guys a show tonight. We're probably going to double up and do one tomorrow also. I know Tony's going to want to definitely talk about this. I haven't heard from my guy all day, but I know Tuesday he's off. So we're probably going to be doubling up on these things, man, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. The gang is back. All right, guys. The Nothing But Niners crew is here. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
We out of here. Peace.